Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer video. It was going to be a review. It is kind of a review, but it's going to be a comparison as well. It's maybe going to be more of a comparison than a review of one of the beers. So basically what we've got is a beer from Lidl's. I'm certain it was Lidl's, actually, not Aldi. I'm certain it was Lidl's, but if I'm wrong, I do apologise. And what we've got is their own branded Prarmo, which is basically their own sort of copy of Staropramen. It's coming in at 5% in a 660ml bottle, and this was £1.49. £1.49. I'm certain. Was it Aldi's actually? Was it Lidl? I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember. Anyway, so it's a Czech pilsner. Like I say, 660, 5%, £1.49. So I want to review that, sort of give it its own review, but I'm also going to compare it to the original Staropramen. Now, I picked this up from Sainsbury's, if I remember rightly, 660ml bottle, £1.90, says 40p difference. That was probably the cheapest I've seen it. I think I saw it anywhere from sort of like £2.20 actually, maybe even £2.50 at the one stop where I just over the road from me, because they do like a 3 for £5.50. So yeah, I think anywhere I suppose from about £2 you could pay for this, or £1.90 like I did, waffling on there. Anyway, Staropramen. So that's the original one. This is the fake one, 660ml bottle, 5%. If I am correct, I'm trying to find the percentage. You know what? I cannot find it here. Cannot find it on the bloody label. Is it too dark? Am I old? Let me open the curtains. Oh, bollocks to it. Anyway, there we go. Staropramen. Had that in Prague actually, straight out the tap. A totally different beer to what you get over here. So, Lidl's or Aldi's versus original Staropramen. And to keep it even, we've got two Staropramen pint glasses that have been cleaned and chilled. I like the label. Obviously that's the cheaper version of the label. We all know the Staropramen looks very good. The Staropramen bottle cap there. The Lidl's or Aldi's one is just plain. So let's get them cracked open, get on with this review and see what we get. We go with the Prarmo first. We'll get it in. Ooh, yeah, it's got that bit of a bit skunky, weedy smell. And we'll crack open the... It stinks. It majorly stinks, that does. Smells like a whore's knickers. Well, it doesn't actually. It smells nothing like a whore's knickers, but it does smell. Vigorous pour on this one as well. They're looking identical at the moment. They're looking identical. So it'll be quite interesting actually. Let's see how much I've poured in. So there we go. Pretty much identical amount of beer I've poured out of each. Okay, we've got a slightly bigger head on the Lidl's or Aldi's one. Apologies for that. But my God, straight away you can tell the difference. A lot more carbonation in this one than that one, although there is plenty of bubbles in there. But look at the difference in colour. There's even moving it. It's not like it's just the light. There is a distinct difference. A lot darker this one than that one, and a lot less lively. A much bigger head also on the Lidl's one, as opposed to the Staropramen. So let's dive in on the nose and see what the Prarmo gives us. That skunkiness has sort of worn away. Light malty notes, really lightly. It's more cracker-like I would say on the nose. The longer you leave it to breathe, the better it smells. Malty, cracker, that's about it. It smells quite full. So we're going on the original Staropramen. This one I can actually give a bit of a swirl to and spill some. It's got the maltiness. It has got that sort of biscuit cracker kind of thing going on, but it's also got that little bit of a typical sort of lager smell in the background. Hard to say which one. I've got to admit, I prefer the look of this one over that one. I've got to say, I do prefer the look over it. The aromas, do you know what? I want to go with this one on the aroma, but there is just that little bit in there that, yeah, there is just that little bit of sort of like skunky, weedy sort of smell in there. Just a fraction that is maybe favouring me to this one. So let's stop waffling on. Dive in on, I'm going to say Lidl's, but is it Aldi? I don't know. But they're Prarmo. See what we get. Cheers, everyone. Feels like it's got very much of a corn sort of feel in there. Not instantly, but it does do. But we'll do the other stuff first. Let's do all the other stuff. Not a bad body on it. Again, cracker-like in the body. Quite well carbonated. Is a little bit bitter on the back end. Let's try the old Staropramen. Got to give that a top up. So we liven it up a bit. Certainly not as lively as the Prarmo. Ooh. It is different, this one. It is different. But there's resemblances there. Not sure the body's as good on this one. Again, well carbonated. But not massively carbonated. It's there. It's almost like less bubbles, but seems to fill you up a bit more. Let's go back in on this one. Actually, body better on the Prarmo, or Prarmo. For me, body's better on there. Carbonation going in again is identical, I think. I think this side, the Prarmo, certainly feels like it's more carbonated, but I don't think it really is. It's definitely a lot smoother. It's a little bit sweeter for me. Excuse me, filling up with gas. A nice maltiness in the original Staropramen. Let's go in and give it some tasting notes now. Actually, we'll give them another top up. I'll be massively full of gas after this. So there we go. There's the rest of the Prarmo. £1.49, remember. Lovely head on it, it's got to be said. I do like that. I'm not sure if the old nucleation thing in the bottom of this glass is working as well as the other one. I don't think it is. You look at that, I don't know. There's definitely a difference in carbonation, but both Staropramen glasses. So yeah, taste wise. They both have this bit of a mass-produced feel about them. No doubt about that. The big head on this one, on the Prarmo, certainly makes it feel smoother. Certainly has a bit more of a creamier feel about it. There is a nice maltiness in there. I think there may be a gentle citrus note. It's got a bit of a typical sort of hoppy feel that you get with some of the cheaper beers. I will say that. We're going on the Staropramen now. Yeah, it doesn't have a creaminess about it. I think that's because of the head. The body's not as good. Oh, filling up with gas now, I'll tell you what. It's probably a bad idea doing this one. But the maltiness in it feels a little bit more quality. Sometimes you just drink something and it just feels a little bit better. This feels a little bit better. The percentage of the beers, hang on, before I move on to that, are we getting any citrus notes? Are we getting any bitterness? Yeah, a lot more maltful with this one. Less sweet, although there is a sweetness there, but it's not, you know, massively sweet. There's no real bitterness in there. Oh, pardon me. I'll tell you what, here's a lesson for anyone. Do not do two 60ml bottles. Pardon me. Oh. Yeah. A lot sweeter. A lot sweeter. Yeah. 5%. This feels a bit more 5%, I would say. It's got that bigger malty sort of backbone to it. Bigger malty taste. I think this feels a little bit less than 5% because it's got that little bit of sweetness in it. But how do they compare? For me, sort of stripping them down now, this is a much better beer. Well, I say much better beer. It's a better beer. For me, stripping it down, looking at it, thinking about it, I think that's a better beer, the original Staropramen. But saying that, initially, on the first sort of taste on that, it resembles a Staropramen, but it is that little bit sweeter. For me, really looking into it, I think you can find differences. But saying that, your bog standard Joe Bloggs going into the supermarket isn't going to be dissecting it, are they? They're just going to be chucking it down their neck. I think the only difference is the biggest difference that people would notice, I think, apart from the colour and the head, would be the sweetness. In the taste, I think it's that bit sweeter. But other than that, I don't think the general public would know a lot of difference. So yeah, it's been an interesting video. It's been a long video. You're all bored shitless, no doubt. But for me, the winner out of these two, and I can't remember where it was, Lidl's or Aldi's, I can't remember. They're Prarmo, Czech lager, Staropramen copy, up against the original Staropramen. That beer is okay. It's okay, but it's got that mass-produced feel, if you like, about it. It's okay. But the winner out of both of them, for me, is the Staropramen. It's just got a little bit more about it. But if you are on a budget, £1.90, £2, £2.20, even maybe £2.50 you could pay for that. Yeah, if you're on a budget and you can pick that up for £1.49, why not try it? Same percentage, same size bottle. Excuse me. So the winner is Staropramen, beats Lidl's or Aldi's Prarmo, in my opinion. But like I say, on a budget, give it a go. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Oh, some gas in this beer. Let me know what you think. Apologise for going on for like 16 minutes nearly. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.